Getting a master's degree can be a great way to enhance your knowledge and skills in a particular field and to open up new career opportunities for you in your current field. However, it's important to consider a few things before making the decision to pursue a master's degree. My name is Moyo and welcome to the Corporate Buddy. On this channel, I talk about all things personal and professional development, and I hope to help you be your best self. In today's video, we'll be discussing a topic that many people may be wondering about, whether or not they should get a master's degree in 2023. Maybe you just got out of college with your bachelor's degree, you're thinking of what's next, or you've worked a couple years and need a change. So here are some things worth considering before pursuing a master's degree. Number one, career goals. The first thing to consider is your career goals. Does your career field require master's degree? Is it required for advancement? There are some fields that absolutely require advanced degree, like public health, law, and so on, but that's not always the case for everyone. For my new college grads, my advice would be to actually get a few years of experience under your belt before going back to get your master's degree. This way, you can make this decision from a more informed place. But of course, getting a master's right after undergrad has its perks too. The second thing is cost. Another important factor to consider is the cost of obtaining a master's degree. Graduate school can be very expensive, and it's important to consider whether or not financial investments will be worth it in the long run. Ideally, I'd say get somebody to pay for it if you can, because we are all about free money here. This is why I say getting some work experience before a master's degree might be a good idea. Most companies offer what's called a tuition reimbursement, which basically means they give you some money to go back to school while you work for them. It's a win-win. If you don't have this option, come up with a plan to pay for school and see if it's financially viable. The third thing you want to think about is the time. Pursuing a master's degree requires a significant amount of time and dedication. It's important to consider whether or not you're willing to commit to the time required. It's a lot, guys. Additionally, if you're working while pursuing your degree, you need to consider how the work-life balance is going to work out. Like, there's school and there's work, especially when it's full-time. I got my master's while working full-time, and I had to sacrifice a lot of my time. I had to give up a lot of things that I really wanted to do and give them up temporarily to achieve that goal. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. It's going to take time from you, and you might need to set aside certain things. Your social life might have to suffer for it. So make sure that you're considering all of these things before getting a master's degree. First thing you want to consider is your personal goals. It's important to consider your personal goals before pursuing a master's degree. Ask yourself, what are your goals? It can be a great personal achievement, but it's important to consider whether or not it fits into the grand scheme of things, the overall life goals and priorities that you have for yourself. Are there other things that are important to you that need more of your time? Family, entrepreneurship? Make sure you do your cost-benefit analysis before venturing out into this. In conclusion, I think the concept of education is starting to evolve from the traditional brick and mortar school setting that we used to have. There are so many other ways you can get the same skills you need for your career development that transcend the typical master's degree. So make sure you're also exploring those other options like certifications and like online boot camps and so on. Whether or not you should get a master's degree depends on your individual circumstances and goals. It's important to carefully consider your career goals, the cost of obtaining the degree, the time commitment that it takes, and your personal goals before making a decision. As you can see, there is no yes or no answer to this. It all depends on your specific situation. And don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let anybody be the ones to make that decision for you. It's all up to you, what you want to do. And another thing that I should mention before I go is that I know being a Nigerian, sometimes getting another degree is just for bragging rights, but I'm learning that that's not exactly the way to approach things. It's way too much commitment for you to just want to get a degree just because. I mean, if you have the time and the money, why not? But I would just ask that you make well-informed decisions by thinking through some of these questions and ask yourself why. Why do I really need to get a master's degree? All right, thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.